I believe that a fractal skin, an origami-driven fractal skin, to is is important to cosmic portals. Um, this was I can't find my diagram anywhere. This was a string art that the lady did for me, and this only shows one level of invisibility on the outside and the holodeck on the inside, the inverse relationship. But if you had each of these nails to represent each one of these in a smaller form going all around here, um, you'd still have this design going through here, this intersection. But on a smaller scale, you'd have a lot of exponentially a lot more connections, web of connections, which I believe will also match up, at least in a spherical form or in a cross section of a sphere, would match up perfectly to their smaller counterparts. And furthermore, I believe on those smaller counterparts, if you had a bunch of little tiny pixels on each of those, they would match up going across and everything perfectly to their destined um, points around the fractal sphere cross section in this case. And so if you can visualize what a fractal I'm talking about, then you can imagine how you could have iterations on a fractal on the outside of the portal, this being the walls of the portal on the outside. You can imagine this is a cross section of a fractal with branching. I'm not a very good artist on a dry erase board, but this shows a tree-like branching of the extension, the connections to the 3D picture elements in a fractal form. And more specifically, they're potentially infinitely iterating fractal origami portal skins for the outside and for the inside reality. Wherever it touches an outside reality and wherever it touches an inside reality. But in most cases, the inside reality is going to be driven by the computer of the portal. So in a sense, this has more of an advantage with its symbiotic homeostasis that it has to maintain this reality inside than this outside part of the portal. There's like a void of symbiotic homeostasis between the outside reality and the inside reality, which would be this. There wouldn't be no distance between the stitched together connection, even though the strands may be long and the portal chamber itself may be way over here. All the walls of the outside world virtually would be stitched directly together and would disappear with the right iterations. And these two symbiotic homeostasis fields will come together to completely pinch off a portal from the outside world. And but I believe you need the code you need to know the universal wave function. And after that, you can plug that into a quantum computer that can handle all that information, or they could have the potential of handling all that information. And but you don't need to know the whole universal code. You just need to know how to dial its parameters to carve out your own patch of the universal code, your own wave function, nested in the larger wave function of the universe. You need to know if you knew how to alter the Schrodinger equations, and I don't know the Schrodinger equations all that well, or how to use them, but you could evolve just a patch of reality. No need to evolve the whole universal code, the whole universal wave function, just your patch of the wave function, and all the relational connections each quantum particle has with each other that makes this whole area entangled, this whole reality entangled. And but I believe in a symbiotic homeostasis reality, two realities that connect together through fractal iterations of a skin that melds these two realities together into one complete symbiotic homeostasis, where this stitched together fractal area disappears virtually, even though it still exists separately from the walls of each other inside. And this is sort of a picture of a basic interface and how the light comes through and it comes to inside. But if it was fractal in nature, I believe it would feed right into the reality outside and feed right into the reality inside, and they both would come together and stitch together and disappear, cutting off that piece of reality in a void that goes around the two universal and the patch of reality. So I hope I explained myself. Thanks a lot. Bye.